Okay, so let's talk about coming off of vacation. So we just got back from a 7-night cruise. We were actually gone like 9 days. So we ate a lot of really great food and a lot of not so good for you food. And it's Tuesday today. I normally make my Monday meal plans. I made it for Monday, but I'm just getting to you now to share with you kind of how we're eating this week. I have not made it to the grocery store yet, which is interesting. But I also, if you remember from the last video I had planned in that I wouldn't quite make it to the grocery store probably until Wednesday. Of course, there's always grocery pickup or Instacart that you could use. But I knew that we had food that I was going to really want to use up, and a big part of that was that I knew that my husband and I were starting a Renew You challenge. So this is part of my business with Plexus, and what that entails is just really supplementing the body really well. And we're both working on individual fitness and health goals. And so we're going to be eating a little bit differently than we normally do, just because my husband is going to be joining me. And so I've had to kind of think through, like, how am I going to stay on budget? How am I going to make meals and food that everyone can enjoy and still stick to eating fairly clean and within like a healthy range? We're not overeating, having too much food, having things in the house that are going to sabotage what we're trying to accomplish. So anyways, before I left on vacation, I actually made the meal plan, and so that's really helped. So we got back late Sunday night and we just went to bed. We didn't even eat dinner that night because I think we had so much calorie and we'd eaten a big lunch and snacks like on the airplane. But last night, it was kind of a crazy day getting the kids to school, half day, going to work out at the Y. I needed to like burn off some of that like toxic buildup that was happening from vacation. And we kind of were on our own for dinner. So the kids had macaroni and cheese. Josh made himself some eggs. And I had a lean cuisine that I found hanging out in the deep freezer that was probably like a year and a half old, because I don't remember the last time I bought lean cuisine. So it probably was like a good coupon deal. It was actually really good. It was like orange chicken and rice. So that was dinner last night. It was taken care of, easy. The kids, they can easily eat like 2 boxes of macaroni and cheese. That's just like carbs, right? So Josh, from what he told me, he gave him some raw carrots and broccoli. We had some leftover dip still from the holidays. That was fine, and they were satisfied. So that brings us to today, Tuesday, and I want to talk about breakfast, lunches for the week, and dinners for the remainder of the week. So my schedule just went in one of my new notebooks, so it's just torn out from there, stuck on my fridge, and I actually planned through for 2 weeks. I'm only going to share with you what we're going to be doing for this week, okay? So breakfast this morning was smoothies. Now I've talked about smoothies before, and I kind of want to show you what I use, okay? So I pulled out of my freezer this yogurt is really good and clean. And so I grabbed this at Costco. Gosh, how much is it? I want to say it's like $5 something, which is a really good price for this quality yogurt. And so we use a Magic Bullet, and that's because we have some that like it with yogurt. I just do almond milk. My son has a dairy allergy, and so he can't have the same yogurt or the same milk, right? So we just have the Magic Bullet with the individual cups, and we fill those up. So my little trick here is these are frozen bananas. Frozen bananas will give a lot of flavor to a smoothie, especially for piling in lots of vegetables, which help bring a lot more nutrients into my kids' diet, especially because it's one of the only ways I can get them to eat greens. And so a banana is a good fruit to use in a smoothie. And so what I do is I buy bananas, we eat what we can, before they're kind of getting to that really overripe stage, I peel them, break them in half, and I keep them in a Ziploc bag in the freezer, and we use these in smoothies. A half a banana is usually a great amount for a regular individual size smoothie. The second thing that's really common around here is strawberries. We live in Wisconsin, and so we'll have strawberry season in June. And we will go to like the local strawberry picking farms and we'll pick a ton of strawberries, and I will freeze those. Those are so good, right? But when we run out of those, we go to just buying frozen strawberries. I was able to get these organic Kirkland strawberries for a really good price right before we left on vacation. So this is a big bag. 2 strawberries, half a banana, some yogurt. You can use water or you can use milk to kind of give it in maybe even a little bit more ice, and pack the top with spinach, and you have a really good filling breakfast for your kids. I personally add like a lean, with Plexus we have lean vanilla or chocolate protein powder, and so I'll add that in, and I'll add like a ton of flavor as well. The kids usually will just be satisfied without that. If I want them to have a little extra protein, I'll add that for them as well. But let's talk about lunches. This week is going to be salad. Okay, so for today, my husband was going to go out to lunch. I am going to have, what was I going to have? Oh, losing my train of thought. Oh, I'm gonna make a breakfast sandwich. So I have some turkey sausage, and I'll make what do they call those? Coffle? What? Can't think of what they're called now. With the cheese and egg, and put that in like my waffle maker with a turkey sausage, and I'll add like spinach on top of that. But starting tomorrow, then I'm gonna buy enough lettuce, spinach, spring mix to make salads. And then what I do is I buy a large family size thing of chicken broth. I bake it in the oven. I might marinate it to give it some flavor. We use a lot of Italian dressing here to marinate, or my husband might grill it. It's pretty warm today. So then I chop it up, and then I freeze it like that too. I've shared before, I freeze whole chicken broth, and that's nice. But what I've discovered is if I chop it up first, I can just pull out what I want, and I don't have to worry about wasting any of it. So that's gonna be lunch for my husband and myself, and even the kids probably 1 or 2 days. And I have lunch also for the rest of the week for kids we have a lot of tortillas still to use up. I don't think we had them like I planned before we went to vacation, and luckily tortillas last a really long time. So what I'm going to be doing for the kids is making them up some tortillas. I have some refried beans that what I can do is I can just make those up. I can use a lunchbox container like this to kind of like cut the tortillas into triangles, put a little sour cream. These come with little, I thought they were in here, but little containers so it won't like spill around. Some sour cream, and they can eat those cold for lunch. And then you have spots in these. I got these at Aldis. They're Crafton. I bought a couple different kinds. I'll share the other 2 kinds on another video. But these ones are my favorite. There was one that I did not like that had like kind of a ceiling ring that ended up being a complete fail. But these ones are really, really nice, and they come, this is actually an ice pack, and then there's room for a sandwich or whatever you want to put down there too. Okay, and so making those quesadillas will be kind of a new and fun thing for the kids. They eat them at home a lot, and we'll have leftovers, and they'll eat them cold. So I figured I can use up these tortillas. I can use refried beans as their protein, and it will be quick, and it will be easy. I won't have to buy as much bread on our next shopping trip. Okay, so that takes care of lunches. And breakfast will probably be an alternate between cereal and the smoothies for this week. And that brings me to dinner. So dinner tonight is going to be salmon. Okay, so I'm gonna bake that in the oven. I've shared that recipe that I used before. This week I'm gonna try to do some breadcrumbs on top, just because my husband is a little funny about fish, and he would prefer it had a little bit more of a crunch to it, but I don't have an air fryer. Otherwise, I really want to get one of those so I can try air frying and making like a healthy version of like a deep fried fish, which we really like. What I do, I've talked a lot about how we have a lot of frozen broccoli, or we eat broccoli a lot for our dinners as a thing. And so I buy these big bags of frozen broccoli. And that way, when it comes time to dinner, it's just really easy. I grab out a big bowl, I throw what I think we're gonna eat in that bowl, toss it with some olive oil, and then I switch it up. I either use just salt and pepper, or I use red pepper flakes, seasoning salt, and garlic salt. Okay, not all of those all at once. Sometimes some of the combinations in there. But our favorites are probably like a spicy version, and then the garlic. I put that in the oven at like 425, 450, and I roast that. And at the end, I might even turn the broiler on to kind of get that real crispy texture. It's really the only way I like to eat broccoli. And my kids, I can kind of sucker them into eating it too if I put enough seasonings on it. I think that the more you season and you flavor vegetables, you acquire a taste a lot quicker, especially for kiddos that have an aversion to that. So tomorrow night, we're gonna have grilled chicken. I'm already gonna be buying the big pack of the frozen chicken broth, so I will, we always buy those big. It will cut the chicken breast in half. That helps it go a little bit farther. And I'm gonna marinate those. And if it's warm enough, my husband will cook them on the grill for us, or I'll just bake them in the oven. And I'm going to make either some more broccoli, or I'm going to see how much asparagus is when I'm at the grocery store tomorrow, and we'll have that. But in addition to that, I'm going to do a new quinoa recipe, and I'll be sharing that below in the comment section. Okay, so I'm going to watch for that. I'm going to do a little quinoa as a healthy grain for us. Thursday night's karate night. We're going to use the Instacart. That's going to keep things really simple. And I'm going to have it be a meatless night just to save money on our budget. And it's going to be just using my frozen, I just pulled it out. See, so it looks frozen. Frozen pasta sauce. Throw it in the crock pot with the sauce, the noodles, you turn it on, and it's done in like 15 minutes. I'm not even kidding. It's so easy. Friday, I am going to be making our homemade pizza. I'm going to buy some low carb pizza or tortillas for myself and my husband to eat, and then I'm going to make the pizzas for my kiddos. But what I'm going to share today that is new for you is in the comment section, my pizza sauce recipe. You need tomato sauce, this size can, and this size can of tomato paste. I make the best tasting pizza sauce, and you are going to want the recipe. So make sure that you check that out. Saturday, we're going to do, I just realized I wrote grilled chicken again. Apparently we're having grilled chicken again. I might need to check that out. We'll be having chicken again. I will change the flavor completely. So maybe we'll do ranch chicken breast or like lemon and garlic. And I'm going to do mixed vegetables that night, or maybe a salad, depending on how we're feeling about salads, having them every day for lunch. Now Sunday is going to be family day, and we're going to make an egg bake. Okay, so an egg bake is so easy. I have on my grocery list to get some tube sausage. You ground that up. I will share the recipe that I use because there's a lot. If I have some hash browns in the freezer, I might line the bottom with that, or you can use leftover bread to line the bottom and give it a little bit more fullness to the meal. So there are so many delicious recipes for egg bakes that you can use with different seasonings. Those are frozen strawberries, honey. That you can use to really change it up and make it a delicious meal that doesn't taste bland. My kids like to eat ketchup with their eggs. I kind of do too. But for this, I'm going to sneak in some more. If we have the asparagus, that will go in the egg bake. green peppers and spinach. Okay, so a way to sneak veggies into the diet. So you can see a little bit cleaner, a little bit lighter this week, and also extremely budget family. Anyways, I'm so happy that you are here to check out my meal plan coming off vacation, eating healthier in this health challenge that we're going to be doing this week. Make sure that you hit subscribe so I can make sure that you get notifications for my next videos that come out. And I still love hearing from you. So send me a message and we'll talk. Let's plan what we're going to have next week. And I look forward to hearing from you. Bye. Welcome back. I am so excited to share with you my week of meals, and we have two things going on here. We just got back from vacation and I have not made it to the grocery store, and two, Josh and I started a Renew You challenge for the new year.